if you're not able to log on or whatever, I am posting links to recorded classes on our Schoology page. This class is gonna be short. The Samantha, no camera, huh?
It's not working. I don't know what to do.
That's fine. That's fine. Can you see us, Samantha?
Yeah, I can see everybody else though. Hi.
That's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
Okay.
So first off, how are you guys doing? Things okay, or are you all locked down? Are you getting out and about, or anybody been hiking the ski area?
I hiked 2 days ago.
Really? Was it any good?
You hiked it, Tommy?
I didn't ski it. I just hiked up to 10 at like 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
15 inches by the end of this week.
No way.
No way.
20, 21. 21s we're missing. Jeremo and who else? Morgan. Well, I don't think Morgan's going to come in. Okay, good. Well, let's go ahead. Today is just a check-in. It's fun to see you guys. When we have actual classes, there'll be a couple of protocol things. For one thing, we'll probably want to mute our mics when we're not talking. Just there doesn't seem to be much feedback now. I had fun with sixth period yesterday. The plan for today, let me just go through a couple of things. The plan for today, obviously, so what's going to happen today is I'm going to kick you off the island here in a bit. Then I'm going to meet with Garrett, Guillermo, maybe not, Nikki, Tommy, Samantha, and then I'll pull up, I sent you your papers via email. You should have them. If you don't, that's okay. I'll get them to you. But we're mostly going to spend today and Friday, and maybe it may even bleed into Monday, essentially just going over your papers. For those of you who aren't working on papers, the idea is that, where's AP Classroom? Who sees? Nope, hang on, sorry. That's not what I want. I posted some, where is whiteboard? Here's my mail. I'm posting links to recorded classes here. So if you do miss class, although there's not gonna be much discussion for the next couple of days, because again, we're just working on these Angels papers, which are great, by the way. I'm looking forward to going over with you. I have posted on AP Classroom. Looks like a lot of you guys have already logged on to it. This Unit 5 progress check for multiple choice questions. I know it's kind of boring, but it's an online resource that's pretty readily available. And I understand that a lot of people might be wondering, why the heck are we, why are we preparing for an exam that who knows when and how it's going to be administered? I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is a how will students take AP tests with schools closed? They're looking at some system where you guys could take it at home. I honestly don't know how that's going to work. I don't know how they're going to get 1,200 English teachers together in a conference thing for a week. So it's kind of up in the air. So for right now, my focus is getting you guys to work on revising these Angels of America essays. And then we'll probably, let me close this here. I don't know. Things, as you are well aware, things are, everybody disappeared there. Things are changing, daily, if not hourly. So I'll keep you updated. If it turns out that they're pulling the plug or something on the AP exams, and we'll probably just opt to read a book. I was actually rereading Albert Camus' book, The Plague, which I've taught before, which is excellent. So that's an opportunity as well. But how are things going for you guys as far as your other classes? Does it seem like we've got it together and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm confused how strict the schedule is.
What's that?
I was late to my online test yesterday because of a different class.
Okay, well, that here, you guys have all seen the Bell schedule, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't, here, let me just, where's school?
It's weird though. Like one of my teachers was asking for attendance today. That's a fourth period teacher.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah, we'll get it together. The point of this schedule is it's not a schedule. Clearly, we're not meeting, physically, so that's not a big deal. But I think the block schedule works out well. What this means is that during third period, which for us is, here it is, sorry, it's kind of slow. For us is, on Mondays and Wednesdays, third period just means that this is a time that you guys are available for me. You don't have to attend in that sense, unless, we will be going on. My plan is to meet with you guys. I've got those conferences with a few of you today. I will send out a schedule for Friday. Friday is going to be, this whole office hour things has changed. Friday is going to be just 1 through 7. So I got third period that I can meet with you guys. It'd be fun to meet both AP classes together, but there's just too many of us. And we'd get little tiny pictures on the screen. It'd be pretty chaotic. So my plan for today, for Friday third period, and I'll send you a schedule, and for Monday third period is just to check in like this for 5-10 minutes and then kick you all off. Right now, what's going to happen is in a few minutes, I'll tell you guys all to get out of here, and Garrett will stay on. We'll go over his paper, and then who else is up here? Guillermo, I guess we're gonna flush. Garrett just gets extra time. And then Nikki, what you'll do is you'll leave the meeting and then log back in around 10:20. Same with Tommy. You just leave the meeting and log back in. I don't know if you guys are you doing this Zooming with other classes or not?
No.
This is my first class.
Okay, well, we'll be doing this on a regular basis because I think it's pretty turnkey. It works pretty well. Plus, I miss seeing you guys. I also miss, the worst thing about Zoom is that I have to sit on my ass for the entire class. We're walking around. I know you guys.
Hi, Neil.
Myself. Who, what?
Wait,
Oh, hey.
Lavender.
Dad.
Lavender,
Yes.
how are you sending us our essays?
I'm emailing them to you. I haven't sent you yours, Danica, yet. What I do is I scan them, I send them to you, then I'll pull them up. You'll see probably Friday or Monday. Sorry, I haven't been able. I mean, I just don't have time to. I actually am trying to teach real classes to like sci-fi and my junior SEM and stuff. As AP Lang class, I am perfectly fine with you guys just kind of making progress by revising these essays. These essays are pretty darn good, and they're all over the place. They're really interesting. So the whole Zoom thing, this is, if we get word that the AP exams, God forbid, might be, canceled. I know this sucks for you guys in terms of graduation, in terms of, what's going on with next year with college and whatnot. It also, this social distancing. My nephew just got back from Boulder a couple days ago. My niece just flew in from RISD, from Rhode Island, and Providence. And they're across the street, and I can't even see them for a couple of weeks because who knows. So I know it's a difficult time, but there are workarounds. I wouldn't be too concerned about. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what my colleagues are doing because I haven't seen them either. In terms of attendance, but I wouldn't sweat it. As long as you're trying to make progress, as I said in that overview I posted earlier, we need to be able to document to the CDE that we're actually doing something so that we can get a waiver. And in the event that, school doesn't get back together after break, or even if it's just these 3 weeks of instruction, that, we can show the CDE that we've been doing stuff. And I think as a school, we're doing pretty well. For example, what I'm doing is, just sending my Schoology pages off because pretty much everything's linked there. So that's about it. Any particular questions like Danica's or anything that you guys, any concerns, any questions that you guys have?
Wait, so you put our edits on the sheet and then you scan them and send it to us?
Yeah, what I've done, Joan, is I've actually, here, you want to see one? Here. So this is what it will look like. Let me go to documents. A second here. Crap. So let's just pull up Garrett's paper.
Ooh.
So what'll happen is, come on. So yeah, I've got, so this is, can you guys see this? No, you can't. Can you see it? You can't. Hang on, let me share. Just
Why do all the boxes get highlighted randomly?
that's
I think it's when
whoever's
someone, like,
speaking.
speaks.
Whoever's speaking, it lights up. And of course, when lots of us are, so, yeah, or when we're laughing, Grace. And here we go.
There it is.
Hey.
Anyway, Jonah, I'm not going to do this right now, but essentially, see, I'm going to go share, go to documents, file, open, browse.
I'm kind of a
So,
fan of this online schooling thing.
what's that?
Yeah.
I'm kind of a fan of this online schooling.
It's not bad. You know, it's pretty turnkey. You know, I used to do this. Oh, crap. Okay. I used to do this a lot when I was doing that distance learning way back when I had kids beaming in from, you know, Lake City and whatnot. Joan, I'm sorry, but my computer is super slow. I think because I got so many people on here. I've got this circle of death. But anyway, no, what I've done is I've marked up your papers. I've scanned them. I'll be emailing them to you. Garrett, did you get yours?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and Tommy and whoever else I'm meeting today, Nikki, I don't know, Sammy or Samantha, Sammy, sorry. Yeah, and you guys, and this is in just a random order, I'll send off another 4 or 5 to you guys on Friday. We don't need to check in on Friday because that's the 1 through 7, but I'll send emails to you guys and give you a time during third period when I hope we can get together for 10 or 15 minutes. And then Monday, same time, 9:45, we'll all log in again. And again, it's hard for me to predict what's going on. I assume that Monday will probably be just a check-in like this, and then I'll meet with another 4 or 5 of you. On Monday, we should be done. Wednesday will be our first actual long class where I'll be pushing out some content. Now that may be working on, I'd like to start by looking at the synthesis question, the first FRQ on the exam. But again, I am, you know, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on exam prep if, you know, if the exams are being pulled. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, but if that's the case, then I would like to continue. I'd like to continue class. I think The Plague, which is one of my absolute favorite novel by Albert Camus, who's this French existentialist writer. It's a really beautiful book. And given our current, you know, virus COVID-19 situation, reading about other people's experience of the plague might be interesting. So that's pretty much it. But you guys are all doing good. Are you guys seeing each other, or are you all just hunkered down in your homes?
I saw Matthew yesterday.
Sorry.
Lavender, I have a question.
Yes.
It said, like, my teacher sent me office hours for Friday that I could ask them questions, but then Miss Kimball posted something yesterday that said you're just going to follow the 1 through 7 schedule on
That's
Friday.
right. We're not going to have
That's
office
what I was
hours.
confused about.
So your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh teachers, although you guys have a lot of free periods. For example, the whole schedule, Grace, what it means is that this is a time when I know you guys are available. I personally would like to, you know, use this video conferencing system. I think it's kind of fun and it's pretty easy to use. Other teachers may just want to do a one-on-one conference with you or something. Again, this Friday, Grace, what we'll be doing is I'll be meeting with 4 or 5 of you during third period, whose papers I haven't gone over. And again, when I meet with, you know, Garrett, Samantha, Tommy, Nikki today, that means that your final draft isn't due till a week from today. So if we go over your paper on Friday or on Monday, your final draft's not going to be due until a week from Friday or a week from Monday, depending on when we meet. So same with Danica. Bryce, I have a hard time sending Bryce's paper because why, Bryce?
I didn't do one.
I need a paper, so that's something you could be doing. I know. But anyway, so yeah, it's good to see you guys. Again, I miss you. Sorry, this is an unsettled time, but I think we can make the most of it.
Hey, Lavender,
If we
for our final
how are
draft,
we if we do read The Plague, how are we supposed to? Do you just want us to like order it off of Amazon?
No, what's gonna happen is I would go into school. You know, school is shut down. But we, you know, for example, my sci-fi elective, we're starting Slaughterhouse-5. So I went and left a stack of books in the foyer just as you walk in outside of Sharon's office. You might let people know too, especially you guys as seniors, let classmates know and Guillermo may be one, who don't necessarily have internet access at home. The school's in the process, maybe you saw the note, the school's in the process of trying to set up some Wi-Fi access in the parking lot. So the idea is that you could drive to school, sit in your car in the parking lot, and access the Wi-Fi. I don't think that's up and running now, but this is something we're kind of scrambling to get things together. But I think you guys are in better shape than a lot of schools. I think most of my colleagues, even though we're using different systems, different platforms, I think we're doing a pretty good job. Samantha, what's up with your camera?
Okay, I think I figured it out. So, I have like bad Wi-Fi at my house.
Okay. Yeah,
Like,
that could be it.
So I just don't think it's working because my Wi-Fi is bad. But
If you can see me, so when you and I get together, we can go over your paper. You'll be able to see your paper, right?
yeah, I can
Okay,
see
cool.
everybody else.
Good. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Not a problem. I mean, yesterday Christian refused to turn his camera on. He just didn't want to be seen, which is fine too. That's an option. If any of you feel uncomfortable being on screen, you can just join audio. That's fine. I thought Miss Kimball was going to pop in, but it's after 10. I guess she's not going to. So we've already cut into Garrett's time. Any more questions?
When will they decide about the AP test? They can't drag it on forever.
No, they can't. And what you can do if you want, Jonah, is just Google, COVID-19 AP exam, College Board AP exams, and click on news. And there's a ton of articles out there. Nobody knows yet. They're working on it. I know, they pulled the, we're not doing the CMAS for the juniors. They pulled the ACT and the SAT exams. I think they pulled the May SAT exam. So yeah, think of these poor juniors who are trying to scramble to get ready for college next year. This too will pass. We'll get through this eventually. I think that we're doing the right thing. Just sheltering in place, whatever.
When's the next time we're supposed to be on here?
The next time we're going to be on here in a group, and again, is Schoology working for you guys if I keep posting these schedules that work for you?
Yeah.
The next time we'll meet as a group, Ambra, is on Monday during third period. We'll meet just like this, and it'll probably be another brief meeting so that I can pick up. I mean, I haven't gone over your paper with you yet. On Friday, there'll be no group meeting, but I will send out an email to those 4 or 5 of you that I want to meet with during third period on Friday. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All righty. Well, good enough. You guys hang in there. Stay safe. Be healthy. It's nice. I mean, you get outside. And, I mean, God, can you imagine being in a city? My poor son is, stuck in his apartment in Brooklyn. But at least we can get out, hike, bike. I ran into the Will and Jack Plants were biking by my house and stopped, and we shouted to each other at a distance of 20 feet, and that was fun. So anyway, so now you're going to click. What's that?
Did anyone get tested yesterday?
Well, they tested 100 people. It was they had some people who were at high risk group that they wanted to have tested. And then they did a random sampling. The National Guard was up here, I guess, down at Lawson doing the test. I don't think this was on Tuesday. I don't think the test results are out yet, but it's what they call a surveillance test. And what they're trying to do is determine, if and how widespread the virus is in town. We may have a lot of virus. We may have very little. Who knows?
We
In the
find out
meantime,
Saturday, right?
what's that, Grace?
Do the results come back on Saturday?
Yeah.
Is it Saturday? I hadn't heard that. It could be Saturday.
Yes, please.
3 to 4 days.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are there any
So,
confirmed cases yet in the county?
not that I have heard of, but I think this is the only testing that's really been done. I told you guys, I think well, maybe I didn't. Did we meet when did we last meet? Thursday? Friday last week?
Friday.
My son, his son went in to get tested and couldn't get tested. He had a dry cough and a shortness of breath. He's fine now, but yeah, we just have to kind of hunker down. This is a good time to read books, get out for some solo exercise in the outdoors, spend time with you. My dogs are loving the fact that Mrs. Lavender and I are here all the time. So So that's good. Anyway, so we're bleeding into, we've almost exhausted Garrett's conference time. But fortunately,
Good thing Guillermo's not here.
Guillermo's not here. So what's going to happen now? Here's how this works. And this is how it'll work on Monday too. You guys go ahead and click leave meeting here in a second. And then Garrett, you stay on. And then Nikki, if you can just at 10:20, just
Okay.
log back in and hit that same meeting ID number and you'll pop up. We'll get rid of Garrett and you and I can go over your paper. Same with Tommy, same with Samantha. All righty.
Alright, so-
Anybody seen Guillermo? No?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, it's great to see you guys. I miss you. I would rather see you in person, but this is a sort of substitute. Bryce, give me your damned essay, and and we'll talk to you guys as a group on Monday. So it's gonna be a few days, and just watch for an email from me for those I want to meet with on Friday. All righty.
Okay.
Okay.
All righty.
bye.
Take care,
Thank you.
guys. Good to see
Thank
you.
you, Mr. Lavender.
Bye.
I'll call you.
Thanks, Lavender.
See you later.
Bye.
All righty, where's Garrett? Where's Garrett? Boom, 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 boom. There goes
How do I leave? Oh.
It's just